Some interesting and also rather disappointing Persona news has come out over the past couple of days. It was announced that for the first time, the Xbox is going to be getting some Persona games. It's going to be getting Persona 5 Royal, it's going to be getting Persona 4 Golden, and Persona 3 Portable, the PSP version. And it has since then been confirmed those are also coming to PlayStation 5. And some people have been up in arms trying to figure out, like, oh my god, it's not coming to the Switch. There's going to be a Nintendo Direct this summer, likely within the next couple of weeks, and I think that it's just holding out for an announcement there. I think at least the Persona 4 Golden and the Persona 3 will be getting there, if not Persona 5, hopefully, but who knows what's going to happen with that. So those are, I'm like 99% certain those will be coming to the Switch. I think it's just holding off. They haven't officially announced it yet. And so that's good. That's really exciting. I wanted to see these come to other systems. More people can experience them, particularly on the Switch. I think, like, with those do come out, they'll do really well. But there's also one really big disappointment that a lot of people have been talking about in the case of Persona 3. It's the PSP version, and that's really disappointing. One, as far as preservation and the ability on modern systems to play Persona 3, and also because it's going to be reaching a wider audience of people that have never played it before. And personally, it's my favorite Persona game. I think it's amazing, and it's a really good bridge between the style of 1 and 2 and then what 4 and 5 would become. It's sort of this in-between. I think it really is fantastic. And I've played the PSP version. I played it through like twice. And it's a version that's watered down. It's really disappointing that it's getting that, and it's not getting either the original PS2 version or hopefully the FES edition. That would be the better version, because the portable, it improves on one front and adds something. It adds one to be able to play as a female version of the protagonist and kind of turns things around a little bit, and that's kind of a cool extra, and it's interesting to see that. But it's somewhat of a minor addition, and the one improvement is improvement to combat, where you have more direct control over the other people in your party rather than relying more on an AI system, and that's really good. But everything else about it is lesser compared to the PS2 versions. There's missing content compared to the second release of the PlayStation 2 version, the FES, with the additional content, so there's missing content already. And the big things for me, because a lot of what was great about these games, the stories are fantastic and the characters, and it's a lot of fun gameplay, but part of it is the atmosphere, the look, and exploring the world that you're in. And this version that we're getting, unless it is heavily altered and it's a really a mixed version, but I don't think so. I think it's just going to be the PSP version. It takes more of a visual novel approach to where in the PS2 version of Persona 3, just like in Persona 4 and 5, you get to maneuver around and explore your environments, whether you're in the city or in the dormitory or in the school. You can, as the same way as in the dungeons, they're 3D environments that you can run around and explore, and it really provides a great sense of atmosphere and feels like you're interacting with the world. And that's completely taken out of this version. Instead, it's more of a flat environment that you move a cursor around and select things, like a visual novel. So it's really watered down. And the other thing too is part of what is, again, adds to that atmosphere and adds to a lot of the emotional impact of some of the better story points are these brilliantly these amazing cutscenes, these animated cutscenes that are just fantastic, and I think they are held up wonderfully and they're fantastic, are going to be missing from this version. They're not in majority of them. There's an opening, a different opening, and some things, but the majority of the anime cutscenes are also missing. So it's really disappointing seeing that that's the version that they're going with. So that's one that I'm not even 100% certain if I'll pick up. If it comes to the Switch, I probably would, because that would be fantastic. But it's a lesser version, so if it doesn't come to the Switch and it just comes to, say, the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox and the PC, I probably would just pass up on that, which is really sad. That's my favorite Persona, so we'll see what happens. Persona 5, I've talked about Persona 5, and I have Persona 5 on the PS4. I wouldn't. That's not one I'd rebuy. So that's more of, it's exciting that more people are going to be able to experience it, but I wouldn't rebuy. So it's really not interested in the release of 5. 3, again, it's just frustrating. I wish if it was the FES edition or a remaster of that edition, within a heartbeat, I'd pre-order that immediately for the Switch or PS5, whatever it was coming to. But the PSP version, I don't know. If it comes to Switch, maybe. But the big one, Persona 4 Golden, without question. I've never owned a Vita. That's the one big Vita exclusive. It's on Steam or whatever. But as far as like a physical copy, and as far as consoles or handhelds, that's the one big thing. I've always wanted to play that because I really like Persona 4. It's my second favorite Persona game behind 3. Fantastic game. Played it a couple times. I've always wanted to play Golden with the extra content. It's always looked amazing, and again, I love the base game on PlayStation 2, so I'll be picking that up on whatever comes out on Switch or PS5 or whatever. So that's a guarantee, and that's really cool. But it's it's a mixed bag. It's really sad that that's the version. Like, it's cool that Persona 3 is coming out in some form, but it's the lesser version, and it's sad that that's going to be the impression that a lot of first-time players are going to have of Persona 3. And again, I think it's, for me, it's disappointing just because that's my favorite. Talking about my favorite, and there's going to be a lot of people that's their, the version they think of. I don't know. That's a little disappointing on that side, but I've heard that the code for the PS2 versions of 3 for some reason are a total mess, and it would take a ton of work, and that's probably why it's probably a lot easier to bring over the PSP version. So that's more than likely it's a cost and time thing. But we'll see. That's fantastic. And again, I think before the end of this month, we'll probably hear that they're coming to the Switch, at least 3 and 4, and it'll be nice to see. And I'm hoping for the physical releases just worldwide. That there's definitely ones that I think it's going to be up in the air. They might be have to import a physical copy from PlayAsia incident, like a lot of these games. So we'll see what the future holds for those. But it's just cool those are eventually coming. I think just off the top of my head, I looked very quickly, like October for Persona 5, and I don't think 3 and 4 have a date yet, so probably end of this year, beginning of next year. The interesting news, very mixed bag though.